好，你好，你好，
Hi guys.
你们好，
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 Hi everyone.
大家好，
大家好，
大家
大
好，
家好，
大家好，
大家好.
How are you?
你
I'll continue that later. I'm here with Ali. We're learning Mandarin Chinese, and I'm gonna do that with Ali. He has a crush on. There's this little Pekingese nearby. Here we go. That's his crush. So we're gonna learn Mandarin together. They don't speak the same language. He speaks really fluent English, but not Mandarin. We're gonna work on that, right, Ali? Oh, here's a treat for Ali. He's my helper. There we go. There's a treat, Ali. Oops. There we go. There's another one. Okay. Okay, that's good. And we're talking today. I decided at least once every 3 of these I'm gonna do on China because it's so important to business. I want to be more important for economics and business for my listeners and watchers, readers, whatever. And remember to go to my Substack, johnseiler.substack.com. And I have a couple things up today and this week, and you can check out about that. Something about Trump. I compared him to the mule in the Isaac Asimov novels Foundation series, and you can see about that. And also remember to like and subscribe this. Maybe leave a comment. And we're talking about the Greenland's rare earth today. And Trump was just over in Davos this morning. I was watching a little bit of it. Excuse me. He's over in Davos, and he says he's not going to take Greenland by military force, which it's all kind of amusing. I'm kind of developing this thing. I've been criticizing Trump now for 6 months since he stopped being America first and the no regime change guy, and now he wants to just grab territories. So I thought instead of being so upset about it, I'd just kind of be amused by it. It's like that movie, Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, meaning the hydrogen bomb. So my theme is how I learned to stop worrying and love Donald Trump's craziness. It gave me a lot to write about anyway and talk about. So he's going after these green earth minerals, and I have some good stuff here on this to kind of explain it. This first one is a chart of the reserves of rare earth minerals in metric tons. I'll show you the chart here first. China is 44 metric tons, more than anybody. This is stuff in the ground that they can get pretty easily. Brazil, 21 million. Better watch out. You might be seeing the U.S. Navy pretty soon. U.S. Marine Corps. Next, India, $6.9 million. Australia, metric tons, million metric tons. Australia, 5.7. Russia, 3.8. Vietnam, 3.5. Maybe we'll invade there again. Sending in the Huey helicopters, and all the old Vietnam veterans that are 80 years old can go back. United States, only 1.9 million metric tons, 1.9 million. Greenland, 1.5 million. So it has roughly a little bit less than America. So if you add them up, it's 3.4 million. 3.4 million for U.S. plus Greenland. And what about Canada? 830K. 830,000 metric tons. So if you add them all up, it's about 3.2 metric tons for the whole northern hemisphere. Mexico isn't even on here, so we don't have to worry about that. Mexico, no problem. You're not going to be invaded, at least not soon. But here's the key one over here: mine production. Because what good is it if it's sitting in the ground there? China, 270 kilotons, 270,000 metric tons. 270,000 metric tons. The United States, 45,000 metric tons. Myanmar used to be called Burma. They used to do a lot of shaves too. But anyway, now that's 31,000. Australia, 13,000. Thailand, 13,000. Nigeria, 13,000. India, 2.9 100,000, that's almost nothing. Russia, 2.5 thousand, almost nothing, and so on. Oh, and Greenland is zero. Of course, they only have about 60,000 people there, mostly the Inuits. Canada, zero as well. So you can see the problem there is even if you have the stuff in the ground, you can't really get it out unless you have the expertise. And I got this other one here from thing called discoveryalert.com.au. It's from Australia. And it says the strategic foundation of China's critical minerals dominance. The global rare earth elements market operates on fundamentally different principles than traditional commodities. In traditional commodities, you just go dig the stuff out and refine it. You pump the oil out and refine that. I'm not going to say it's simple. I know guys that do that. It's very complex, but still, it's compared to rare earths, it's relatively simple. And it says in rare earths, human expertise often matters more than raw material access. While Western nations focus primarily on securing mining rights and building process facilities, China has constructed a comprehensive talent development ecosystem. Now, think about that. Trump's a realtor, and he's a lot of speculation, and he built a lot of stuff and had some bankruptcies, whatever. That's that kind of business. I don't know much about it. He apparently does, but that's how he looks on Greenland. It's this big piece of real estate up there. Wait, it'd be over here, right? If you're looking at me, over here northeast of Canada and New England, and he goes over there and grabs that, and got some real estate, and there's some minerals there. But the real problem is getting the stuff out. And it says here, China has constructed a comprehensive talent development ecosystem that systematically creates the specialized workforce needed to maintain technological superiority in critical minerals energy transition. So what they have is this whole system, what they've developed for the last 40 years to have from when you find the minerals, you get them out, you refine them, and you take them to the factories and make the stuff there. And it says this system operates through interconnected systems that align national policy objectives with specific industry needs. This coordination ensures that educational curricula, let's see, anyway, make sure that everything works together. And I have there's a really good chart here. If I can get to it. Okay, I'll show you this chart in my thing here. I'll just read it. Educational output disparities. This is shocking. I mean, you'll be shocked at this. Training category: mining engineering graduates. Annual output in China: 3,000. 3,000. U.S. Specialists that are graduated every year: 162. So China has an 18-to-1 advantage. 18-to-1. You need these engineers to go out there and dig the stuff out. We don't make many of them. Next, rare earth processing technicians. China annual output, hundreds annually. U.S. comparable programs, limited specialized programs. That is almost nothing. And the competitive situation is China has overwhelming dominance. Next, advanced certification completions. This is kind of lower level guys that you need, the technicians that run the stuff after the smart guys fix how to do it. In China, 1,400 plus professionals every year. America, fragmented initiatives. In China, systematic system, whereas it's ad hoc in America. So here's the another thing here. China has established 42 new technical certification disciplines specifically for rare earth processing. This creates standardized skill benchmarks that ensure consistent quality across China's extensive processing network. That's why they run things, because they thought ahead. And we have similar programs. We have all these programs. Excuse me. Let me tell you, you're going to be excited. We have programs for DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have programs for ESG, I forget what that is. Equality, S and something or another. It's kind of like DEI. And we have affirmative action programs, a lot of those. Although the Supreme Court just got rid of it a couple of years ago in the Harvard case, but in California, we got rid of it in, I think it was 1996. We passed an initiative, but they figure ways around it. I mean, the people in the universities, they're obsessed with the whole diversity thing, so they do that. And as to rare earth minerals, hey, let China do it. Let China do it. Why not? We don't need it. We don't need it. Of course, now they're running rings around us. And here's another one. I call this Behind the News with John Seiler, Behind the News. This was in New York Times today, in fact, by Dan Wang, research fellow at Stanford's Hoover Institution and author of, quote, Breakneck, China's Quest to Engineer the Future, unquote. I'm going to have to check out that book. And here he says, Chinese batteries will soon run the world. Chinese batteries. In the year 2000, China produced only 1/3 of the amount of electrical power that the United States did. Just 26 years ago. By 2024, it produced nearly 2.5 times U.S. levels. China's surging energy investments went substantially into building new plants for burning coal, which the country possesses in abundance. But over the past decade, it has also moved fast on building cleaner energy sources, especially wind and solar. That's true, but it's a little bit misleading because they still get 80% of their power from carbon sources, coal and natural gas, that kind of stuff. And so basically they're using coal to produce solar panels, which they will sell to you for a good price. Of course, they're always looking to give you a deal. And in California, they're mandating more of these panels, which we get from China. Okay, next. China now generates more electricity each year than the United States and Europe combined. It has close to 40 new nuclear power plants. That's how many the United States has. Zero. Zero new nuclear power plants here, even though they're really safe now. This isn't the old 3 Mile Island plant or the Fukushima one in Japan that had, I think it was 2015, or of course the notorious one in Russia, now Ukraine, in Chernobyl, that blew up in 1985, helped close out the Soviet Union. Last year, Beijing announced work on a new hydropower dam in Tibet that will have triple the capacity of China's Three Gorges Dam, currently the world's largest power station. Of course, Tibet is a captive nation. China invaded there and took it over in 1959. And not much we can do about it, though, because it's being integrated into China. And how could you liberate it? You have to take over China. Anyway, it's too bad, but that's what they're doing. Next, if an EV is a smartphone with tires, good analogy, then it makes sense that the country that makes most of the world's electronics would also make nearly half of its cars. I know I've heard a couple years ago, I heard Elon Musk, rather the description of his cars, the Tesla cars, they're really just electronic devices with and batteries. Those are the two things. It's like they say, it's a smartphone with wheels. This article continues by this guy. Several technologies had to mature before they could be electrified. The lithium-ion battery was invented by American and Japanese scientists before Chinese companies took over most of this industry in the 2010s. They it's true that they've learned all this stuff from us and from Japan, and Japan learned it from us originally. And I saw on Fox News, I forget the woman's name, it slips to me now. Anyway, she was saying, Laura Ingraham, she was saying, we let China into the World Trade Organization around 2000, and then they just stole all this stuff from us. True enough, but what happens after you steal it? What do you do with it then? And I pointed out the science on the rare earths just a minute ago, and before I've talked about how in China the top 10 universities now, the top 2 are Chinese, and 8 of the top 10. And Harvard used to be number 2, now it's number 3. And number 9 used to be the Max Planck Institute in Germany, but now it's dropped. And number 10 is Toronto, University of Toronto. Go Canada. So that's why Trump wants to take you over. He wants your rare earth expertise. No, it's not that. It's who knows why he wants to do it. He's crazy. But like I said, I'm enjoying him. Let's have fun with Trump. Why not? He's having fun. Okay. Um, okay. This article continues from this guy at Stanford. The United States also used to dominate the production of rare earth magnets, what we were talking about. The crucial production in electric motors, we made that too. China makes more than 90% of these magnets today. Uh, in addition to batteries and magnets, the writer Noah Smith identifies power electronics and embedded chips as the main drivers of the new electronic age. Well, what do you expect happens? And he says here too, I'll close it out with this. The United States could compete on building better drones and electronic vehicles if its businesses had greater access to electrical power and a vital industrial base. But it is governed by a president who is enthusiastic about powering the future with fossil fuels and has a personal pique against wind turbines, calling them the scam of the century. I have to take exception with that guy here because America is different from China. They're building half of their cars are electric, whereas in California we had a mandate by Newsom by 2035 it's supposed to be 100% electric cars for new cars, but we're stuck at like 22%. The America is much more spread out than Canada than China is. We have 1/4 the people, but for the mainland America, it's about the same size as mainland China. So we're spread out more, and people out in the deeper suburbs, farther out, they don't want an electric car; they want a gas car. So they're not always going to be that popular here, and and he's right though. We need more electricity, but we've retarded that for various reasons, stupid reasons that make no sense. And but there's one more thing here that this was in the New York Times also yesterday. So we're behind the news. The says China pushes for families as births hit historic low. They're down to um, or is it 0.98 per woman, and you need 2.1 to keep growing or to survive at all. Really, this is really terrible for them. Whereas in America, it's now 1.6, but getting lower. And in South Korea, it's 0.7. They're going to be dying out. And so our advantage is we could do something about this. We could abolish abortion and have more babies. And we could have our company growing. The population would be growing naturally, like in the 50s. We could have a baby boom again. Why not? Have a lot of babies running around. My neighborhood here, there's almost no children in Irvine. Beautiful day, by the way. It's 64 degrees. I hope it's that warm where you are. And Ollie went somewhere. Ollie, come here. And I have so what we could do is end abortion in America, have more babies, raise that birth rate up to from 1.6 to 2.1 or even higher. In the 50s, it was 4. Why not? And we could produce in 20, 25 years, we could produce more engineers to get the rare earths out. Right now, we don't have enough people to do that. We need more engineers. Let's produce them. So that's my solution. And Ollie's inside doing something, but I have these great treats. They're named after him, or actually, it's a coincidence. And I'll provide an affiliate link to this. And I hope this was of use to you. Please like and subscribe, and check out my Substack. Maybe make a contribution to the cause. Oh, there he is, Ollie. Come here, Ollie. Come on, here's a treat for you. Come on, Ollie. He's been a good boy today. He hasn't bothered me. Come here, Ollie. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Usually he likes to monopolize the conversation. Now there we go. Okay, he's been in good shape lately. Keeps me going. Okay, everybody, we're gonna be learning some more. I'm gonna do learn Chinese like 15 minutes a day. And,
怎么样？你怎么样？你怎么样？
你怎么样？
Thanks.
谢谢，
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 You're welcome.
不客气，
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 不客气。
You're welcome. This is what I should do.
应该的，
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 应该的。
Sorry to trouble you.
麻烦
Okay, everybody, that's it for today, and have a great day, and goodbye.